November 28, 2008, 5 a.m. A crowd of 2,000 people stands outside a Walmart in Valley Stream, New York. They're not waiting for a concert. They're not protesting. They're waiting for discounted televisions. In 15 minutes, a 34-year-old temporary worker named Dimitai Damor will be dead, trampled to death as the doors shatter and the human wave crashes forward. His colleagues who tried to help him were injured too. Some shoppers, when told the store was closing due to the death, complained they'd been waiting since the night before. This wasn't an accident. This was Black Friday. Every year the news shows you the lines, the excitement, the great deals. What they don't show you are the incident reports. Since 2006, a website called Black Friday Death Count has documented every injury, every assault, every death connected to this single shopping day. The numbers are smaller than viral myths claim, but they're real. 7 deaths, over 100 serious injuries, shootings in parking lots, stabbings over discounted electronics. A man in Las Vegas shot over a parking space. 2 people killed in a shooting at a Toys R Us in California after an argument inside the store. These aren't random crimes that happen to occur on Black Friday. The violence is directly connected to the shopping. Disputes over products, parking, or simply the crushing pressure of too many people in too small a space. The death of Dimitai Damor didn't happen because of bad luck. It happened because of a system designed to create chaos. Walmart had advertised doorbuster deals. They'd encouraged people to line up early. By 5 a.m., the crowd had swelled to over 2,000 people in a space meant for controlled entry. Witnesses reported the doors physically bowing inward from the pressure. Store employees inside were terrified. When the doors gave way, Damor was knocked down immediately. He was 6 feet 5 inches and weighed 270 pounds, but it didn't matter. The human stampede moved with the force of a collapsing building. Other employees who tried to help were knocked down and injured. Shoppers stepped over and on them, many not even realizing there were people beneath their feet. By the time the crush cleared enough to reach him, Damor was in cardiac arrest. He was pronounced dead at the hospital at 6:03 a.m. 4 shoppers, including a woman who was 8 months pregnant, were also injured seriously enough to be hospitalized. The pregnant woman later miscarried, though it's unclear if the trampling was the direct cause. When police tried to clear the store, some shoppers refused to leave. They'd been waiting in line since Thursday night. They wanted their deals. Here's what most people don't understand about stampedes. They're not caused by panic. They're caused by pressure. Crowd science researchers have studied disasters like the Hillsborough Stadium tragedy and the Station nightclub fire. What they've found is that once a crowd reaches a certain density, about 6 to 7 people per square meter, individuals lose control of their own movement. You're not walking anymore. You're being moved by the force of bodies around you. At Black Friday openings, this density is routinely exceeded. Stores create artificial scarcity with limited quantities of doorbuster items. They advertise these deals to create urgency. Then they funnel thousands of people towards single entry points at predetermined times. It's a recipe for what crowd dynamics experts call a crowd crush. In a crush, people don't just get knocked down. They get compressed. Asphyxiation can occur while standing up. Your chest can't expand to breathe. The pressure can break ribs. This is how people die in stampedes. Not from being trampled, but from being unable to breathe while vertical, surrounded by bodies. Most Black Friday violence doesn't happen inside stores. It happens in parking lots. The statistics are stark. Robberies, carjackings, and assaults spike significantly in retail parking areas on Black Friday and the surrounding days. Criminals know shoppers are carrying expensive electronics and are distracted, exhausted, or alone after hours of shopping. In 2016, a man was shot and killed in a New Jersey mall parking lot during an attempted robbery on Black Friday. In 2012, 2 people were shot in Florida, one outside a Walmart, another in a separate incident at a different store. In 2011, A woman in California pepper-sprayed 20 other shoppers to gain an advantage at the video game display. These incidents share a pattern. High stress, competition over resources, exhaustion, and crowds create conditions where normal social restraints collapse. Retail psychology isn't a secret. Stores spend millions studying how to make you buy more. The layouts aren't random. Essential items are placed at the back so you walk past everything else. End caps feature high-margin impulse buys. Checkout lanes are lined with candy and magazines. But on Black Friday, something darker happens. Stores intentionally create bottlenecks. They advertise quantities they know will run out in minutes. They open at hours designed to create sleep-deprived, emotionally volatile crowds. Some retailers have been accused of ticket systems that create aggressive competition, handing out limited vouchers for products, turning shopping into a literal race. Former retail workers have reported being told to expect violence and being given minimal training on crowd control. Some stores position their lowest paid, often temporary workers at the front doors, the most dangerous position. After Dimitai Damore's death, Walmart paid a settlement to avoid criminal prosecution and agreed to improve crowd management. But the fundamental model hasn't changed. Doorbuster deals still exist. Crowds still form. The pressure still builds. For shoppers, Black Friday is optional. For retail workers, it's mandatory. The day after Thanksgiving has become one of the most dreaded days in retail employment. Workers are required to come in during early morning hours or late Thanksgiving night. Many major retailers now start Black Friday sales on Thursday evening, forcing employees to leave their families during the holiday. The physical risks are real. Retail workers have been injured in stampedes, assaulted by customers fighting over products, and subjected to verbal abuse for hours on end. The emotional toll is equally severe. Many workers report panic attacks, crying in break rooms, and dreading the weeks leading up to Black Friday. The compensation rarely matches the risk. Most Black Friday workers are paid their standard hourly wage, often minimum wage or close to it. Some stores offer small bonuses or time-and-a-half pay, but many don't. Meanwhile, corporate profits from Black Friday sales run into the billions. Beyond the violence and the worker exploitation, Black Friday represents something larger: the weaponization of scarcity in an age of abundance. Most doorbuster deals aren't actually the cheapest prices of the year. Studies have shown that prices are often lower in the weeks before Christmas or even on Cyber Monday. The deals are designed to feel urgent, not to actually be optimal. The environmental cost is staggering. Black Friday encourages overconsumption of goods that will be replaced next year. Mountains of packaging, increased shipping emissions, and products designed for obsolescence. The waste generated in a single Black Friday weekend is measurable on a national scale. And the psychological cost: training an entire culture to associate shopping with combat, to see other shoppers as competitors rather than fellow humans, to value a discounted television more than the safety of the person standing next to you. So here's what we're left with: 7 deaths since 2006, dozens of serious injuries, countless assaults, thefts, and traumatic experiences, millions of workers forced into dangerous conditions, billions in corporate profit. The question isn't whether Black Friday is dangerous. The evidence answers that. The question is why we keep participating in a system designed to create this outcome. Dimitai Damore went to work on Black Friday 2008 to make some extra money during the holidays. He was crushed to death by a crowd of people who wanted cheaper televisions. No one was ever charged with his death. The shoppers weren't held responsible. How could they be in a crush where individuals can't control their movement? The store paid a settlement. The news cycle moved on. His family is still without him. The workers who tried to save him still carry the trauma. And every year the doors open again. The crowds gather again. The deals are advertised again. The only thing that's changed is how carefully the lawyers review the liability waivers. Black Friday 2024 saw record online sales. In-store traffic was down. Maybe people are finally learning. Or maybe they've just found a different way to feed the machine.